Cozy English Podcast. Relax, listen, and learn.
Welcome back to Cozy English Podcast, where we help you relax, listen, and learn English naturally.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Emma. And today we're talking about something that makes so many English learners nervous: how to keep a conversation going without those awkward silences.
Oh, Emma, this is such a big topic. I remember when I was learning languages, I'd start a conversation and then pause, complete silence. So uncomfortable.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Keeping conversations going is actually easier than you think. It's all about having the right tools and, most importantly, the confidence to use them.
And that's what we're here for, to give you that confidence boost you need. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's dive in together.
Before we start, though, if you're loving these confidence-boosting episodes, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us create more content to support your English journey. So, Michael, I have to ask, do you remember a time when you felt really stuck in a conversation? Like you just didn't know what to say next?
Oh, wow, yes. Actually, this happened to me just last year. I was at a coffee shop and this friendly person started talking to me about the weather. Simple, right?
Right, seems easy enough.
Well, they said, "Nice weather today, isn't it?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And then, dramatic pause, nothing, complete silence. We both just stood there awkwardly waiting for our drinks.
Oh no, that's exactly what our listeners are afraid of. But you know what? That's so normal. We've all been there.
Absolutely. And here's what I learned. I was so focused on not making mistakes that I forgot the most important thing. Conversations are about connecting with people, not about speaking perfect English.
Yes, you're so right. And actually, I got an email from Lisa in Brazil last week. She wrote, "Emma and Michael, I love talking to people, but I always run out of things to say after 2 minutes. Help."
Oh, Lisa, we feel you. This is probably the number one fear for English learners. But here's some good news. There are simple techniques that work every time.
Every time. And we're going to show you exactly how to use them. Lisa, this episode is for you and for everyone who's ever felt tongue-tied in English. All right, let's jump into our first role play. Michael, I want you to play someone who gets nervous and stops talking. I'll show our listeners how to keep things flowing.
Perfect. Let's say I'm David, and I'm at a company lunch meeting new colleagues.
Great! And I'll be Sarah, David's friendly coworker. Ready? Here we go. Hi, David. How are you settling into the new job?
Oh, hi, Sarah. It's good. Really good.
That's wonderful. What's been your favorite part so far?
Well, the people are nice.
I'm so glad to hear that. You know, when I started here, I was really nervous about meeting everyone. Have you had a chance to work with the marketing team yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, you'll love them. They're doing this amazing project with social media right now. Actually, what kind of projects did you work on at your previous job?
Oh, well, I worked on app development. We created this mobile app for restaurants.
No way, that sounds fascinating. Tell me more about that. Okay. Did you hear what just happened there?
That was amazing, Emma. I felt David's confidence growing as the conversation went on.
Exactly. So let me break down what I did as Sarah. First, when David gave short answers, I didn't give up. I asked follow-up questions.
Right. Instead of just accepting it's good, you asked, "What's been your favorite part?"
Yes, and then this is key. When he was still struggling, I shared something personal about myself. I said I was nervous when I started.
Oh, that's brilliant. because it made David feel less alone, right?
Exactly. And then I asked a specific question about his experience. Not just tell me about yourself, but what kind of projects did you work on?
And that's when David really opened up. He started telling that story about the restaurant app.
Right. Because I gave him something concrete to talk about. Our listeners, this is your golden rule. Specific questions get specific, interesting answers.
Okay, so let's give our listeners some practical tools they can use right away. Emma, what's your number one tip for keeping conversations alive?
Great question. My number one tip is what I call the question bridge. Never let a conversation end with just your answer. Always add a question or a comment that invites the other person to respond.
Ooh, I love that. Can you give us an example?
Sure. Instead of saying, I'm from Mexico, try, I'm from Mexico, have you ever been there? Or, I'm from Mexico, specifically Guadalajara. Where are you from?
Perfect. You're building that bridge to keep the conversation flowing. My tip is similar. It's about being genuinely curious about people.
Tell us more about that, Michael.
Well, when someone tells you something, ask yourself, what would I want to know more about? If they say they're tired, you could ask, oh no, long day at work? If they mention they love coffee, you could say, me too, do you have a favorite cafe?
Yes, and here's something important. You don't need perfect grammar for this. The goal is connection, not perfection.
Absolutely. I'd rather have a warm, slightly imperfect conversation than a grammatically perfect but cold one.
And listeners, here's a confident secret. Most native speakers are just happy that you're making an effort to connect. We're not judging your grammar. We're enjoying getting to know you.
So true. Now, let me share 3 magic phrases that work in any conversation. Ready?
I'm listening.
First, that's interesting. Tell me more about that. Works every time when someone shares something.
Love it.
Second, how did you get into that? Perfect for when people mention their hobby or interest.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And third, what's that like? Great for experiences you haven't had. If someone says they're learning piano, you ask, what's that like? Is it challenging?
These are gold, Michael. And here's my bonus tip. Use the echo and expand technique.
What's that?
You repeat part of what they said and add a question or comment. Like if someone says, I had the worst commute today, you say, worst commute? Oh no, what happened?
That's brilliant. You're showing you're listening and keeping the conversation going.
All right, time for role play number 2. This time, let's make it more challenging. Michael, you be the confident conversation keeper, and I'll play someone who's really struggling.
Perfect. Let's say we're at a language exchange event. You're Maria from Spain, and I'm, let's say, Alex from Canada.
Okay. And I'm going to be really nervous, giving very short answers. Show our listeners how to handle this.
Challenge accepted. Here we go. Hi there. First time at that language exchange?
Yes,
That's great. I remember my first time I was so nervous I could barely say hello, laughs. What made you decide to come tonight?
practice English.
That makes perfect sense. You know, your English sounds really good already. Where are you from originally?
Spain. Madrid.
Oh, wow, Madrid. I have always wanted to visit Spain. What's the food like there? I mean, besides paella. Everyone talks about paella.
Oh, the food is very good. We have many types.
I bet. You know what? I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. What's your absolute favorite Spanish dish? The one you miss most when you're traveling?
Oh, tortilla española. My grandmother makes the best one, with potatoes and eggs, but pauses. I don't know how to say. The technique in English?
Oh, you mean like the cooking method? Don't worry about the exact words. Can you describe it? I'm really curious.
Well, she makes it very thick, and getting excited, she has this special way with the potatoes.
This sounds amazing. You know what? You're making me want to learn how to cook Spanish food. Do you cook too?
Okay, wow. Michael, that was masterful.
Thank you. And did everyone hear what happened? Maria went from one-word answers to getting excited about her grandmother's tortilla.
Yes. And listeners, notice what Michael did differently. When I said, I don't know how to say the technique, he didn't just move on.
Right. I said, don't worry about the exact words. Can you describe it? I gave her permission to not be perfect and encouraged her to keep talking.
Exactly. And you used personal stories, talking about being nervous at your first language exchange. That made me feel less alone.
And I asked really specific questions. Not just tell me about Spanish food, but what's your absolute favorite dish that you miss when traveling?
The specificity is key, and you showed genuine curiosity. I could feel that you really wanted to know about my grandmother's tortilla.
Because I did. And that's the thing. When you're genuinely interested in people, conversations naturally flow. You're not thinking about what to say next because you actually want to hear their answer.
So true. And listeners, here's what I learned playing Maria. When someone shows real interest in what I'm saying, I forget to be nervous about my English. I just want to share. All right, beautiful listeners. We're coming to the end of today's episode. But before we go, I want to leave you with something important.
Yes, this is the part where we get real with you for a moment.
Keeping conversations going isn't about having perfect English. It's not about knowing every word or never making mistakes.
It's about being brave enough to be curious about other people. It's about caring more about connection than perfection.
And you know what? Every single person listening to this has something interesting to share. You have stories, experiences, opinions that matter.
Absolutely. Maybe you make amazing food from your home country. Maybe you have an interesting job or hobby. Maybe you've overcome challenges that could inspire someone else.
The world wants to hear from you. Don't let fear of making mistakes steal your voice.
And remember, even if a conversation doesn't go perfectly, you still won. You practiced. You tried. You put yourself out there. That's courage, and courage builds confidence.
Here's your homework for this week. Have one conversation using the techniques we talked about today. Just one. Use a question bridge, ask a follow-up question, or try one of Michael's magic phrases.
And then tell us how it went. Leave a comment. Send us an email. We love hearing your success stories, and they inspire other listeners too.
You are braver than you think. You are more interesting than you know. And your English is better than you believe.
Keep going, don't give up, and remember, every conversation is a chance to grow.
This has been Cozy English Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Michael. Thanks for spending time with us today.
If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who's learning English. And don't forget to subscribe for more confidence-boosting content.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep having those conversations.
See you next episode. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.